listening to the High Noon Podcast with your host, Mason Smith.
Have you ever heard this conspiracy? I've already looked into it and debunked it on my own, but they say
Such a wild way to start.
they say that Brad Pitt and Benicio del Toro are the same person.
And you're telling me that's not true?
No,
You're kidding.
the reason it's so funny is because my buddy that told me about it was like, "No, dude, I want to believe."
I want to.
Yeah, and then he goes, "They've never been seen in the same room at the same or in the room at the same time." And so I just start Googling and I go, "Oh, dude, I forgot they were in Snatch together."
Yeah.
The movie. So I'm like, yeah, it's not the same person. But I will say, Casey, if you just pull up a side-by-side of Brad Pitt and him, they do genuinely look a lot alike. But no, I never believed it. I don't. Well, you heard it here, folks. It's not true. Yep. Benicio looks a little bit more weathered. A little more seasoned.
That's totally not fair when they have the same like haircut and facial hair.
Yeah.
It's like when people like tell me they're like, "Oh, I saw you guys brothers." It's just another bald dude. You know? It's like it's the Jack of Hearts, Jack of Clubs to people, dude.
Right. It's like, yeah, he's just another bald guy. Boy, Brad Pitt's a pretty guy, ain't he?
Yeah, how did he find success in life, you know?
But yeah, I thought that was probably the most obscure conspiracy theory that I've ever heard. What's it? Do you got any wild conspiracy theories?
Not really. I think the one that gets me is like the chemtrail one.
Oh, okay.
People always love to talk about that. I guess the comedy scene here in Austin is like a cesspool for conspiracy theorists. So
Yeah, like they're like, did you know that Tony bathes in baby blood after every live show?
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
They'll just talk about the chemtrails like over and over again, and it's just like,
Is that something you heard when you were at the Kill Tony signups at Poor Choices or something?
yeah, I was just around that area. Might have been a Creek Mike sign up or something.
Oh, the patio at Creek. You
Yeah.
could hear some wild shit out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, have you been going to that pretty regularly? The signups for that?
No, I went twice and then
Fuck this.
yeah, I'm like, oh, I actually don't want to do this.
It's a nightmare.
Yeah.
It's a legitimate nightmare. And God forbid you get stuck talking to one of those cretins. Is it cretin? Is that the right word? Nice.
It's
Nailed
pretty
it.
good.
Edit that to where I didn't ask.
Cut the part out where I sound like an idiot, please.
Trust me, if he had to do that
Yeah,
every
I was going to
episode,
say, it's just me talking.
it'd be a lot of work.
1-minute episode.
Yeah,
It'd be a lot of work.
Hi, guys. Welcome to the High Noon Podcast. All right. Thanks for coming by the High Noon Podcast.
That's all we got.
Yeah.
That's all we got today. But so what I was saying earlier, so speaking of Heat, you've seen Heat, right? Al Pacino, Val
You know,
Kilmer.
I don't think I have, but
Great.
Yeah.
Still, I watch it probably twice a year.
yeah, I hear it's incredible.
Great movie. So I heard, this was just on a podcast. I heard this. Don't even remember who said it. But
Sounds like a credible source. Go on.
Yeah, exactly. But the movie was actually originally Al Pacino was a cokehead. This was a cocaine addicted detective. All right, cool. We're getting a confirmation from Casey. That's nice. Nailed another one.
They shot scenes like
But I heard that they edited it to where what it is now, and that's why he seems like such a psycho because he's just on cocaine. For the movie, but in the movie you don't see him doing coke. So he's just screaming for no reason. Whoa! What an ass!
Yeah.
I just thought that was so funny.
That's an awesome way to do it.
Yeah,
Just give him a false character.
yeah, let's actually edit out the reason that he's a psycho. Al Pacino's Heat character was a coke fiend, and other revelations from Heat's 20. Okay, what do we got here? Consult any list of top guy movies. The 76-year-old actor kicked off the panel discussion with the revelation that his character, Detective Vincent Hanna, chips cocaine throughout the film, though it's never portrayed on screen. So it's confirmed. That's funny. There's a scene where it goes by really quick, which never got into the film. I've always wanted to say it just so you know where some of the behavior is coming from. He said to, that's funny.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Great fucking movie, dude. But yeah, cocaine sucks, dude.
You mean when you're not on it?
I hate coke.
While you're on it.
I don't do it.
Yeah.
Especially now because it's shit.
Yeah.
Like, if someone goes, "Hey, this is actually really good, pure cocaine, I promise," I'd be like, "All right, I'll try it." But
that's all it takes.
yeah, yeah. But if someone's at a bar and you're in the bathroom, which is like 90% of the bars downtown, and they're like, "You want to do a bump of coke?" I'm like, "No, thank you."
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gross. Have you ever done cocaine?
Yeah, probably half dozen times in my life.
Yeah, and did you like it?
I mean, it seems like it's a cool thing while you're on it, but like for those 20 minutes and then you just like kind of want more.
You're just putting stuff in your nose over and over, and then the next day you
Yeah.
wake up, you hawk a loogie, it's got a coke booger, and you have to decide: do I get up and spit or do I swallow? And then you swallow it, and then you're like, now I feel.
I mean,
high again.
even any amphetamines, like I've taken Adderall before and stuff, and ended up drinking. Then I say ended up like I didn't intentionally.
Yeah,
but
somebody
like
put a gun to my head. They were
Yeah.
like, "You're gonna drink with me." It was me.
any of those types of drugs, and then you drink on them. It's like the worst hangovers I've ever experienced.
Yeah, because you're so dehydrated, you don't remember to drink a water.
Even if you do, I think something. It's just like, yeah, it's just like the splitting headache.
Yeah, that's the dehydration.
Yeah.
And it's always this headache. It's always the front dome.
Yeah.
Dude, when I was probably like 18 or 19, my buddy, one of my best friend Declan, his brother-in-law, like was a chemist for the military, but he was like ex. Did you just fart?
No.
Oh, I saw you.
I
raising up.
threw up my back like 2 days ago, so I'm like adjusting my lower back.
What were you doing?
No, it just like goes out sometimes.
One time I went to hawk a loogie and I threw my neck out.
That.
That was when I knew I was like getting older.
Yeah. This is a red flag.
Yeah. But yeah, my buddy, his brother-in-law was like an ex-military guy, and he was a chemist, and he made like basically bathtub Molly. Like he created his own, like some with all these different chemicals that he like ordered off the dark web and shit back then. This was like 2010. And I remember it smelled, you would snort it or you could just take it. But we were snorting it because we were like, yeah, let's snort it. And it was,
That was the logic behind it. Not like, I think it'd get high faster or.
Yeah, it's like, no, we're going to snort it. That's
Yeah.
way more. Because you're also having a fun, you're like, yeah.
Yeah.
And so I remember it smelled like citrus for some reason. I have no idea what it was. And we were up for just days.
That was the pine sol.
Dude, it was the orange flavored pine sol.
Yeah.
Orange scented.
Yeah, the lemon pledge.
Ugh. And dude, I just remember you could drink like a fish on this shit, dude.
Yeah, all those stimulants like that, right?
It
It's
was
like,
nuts.
yeah.
It like I remember specifically like looking over at my buddy, and there was like, so at the apartment I lived in, it was a 70s. It was this big three apartment house, but back in the day it was probably just a huge house, and they turned it into 3 different apartments. One of the coolest places I've ever lived. It's crazy that they let us rent it. It's literally nuts. And it had this bar behind these sliding doors, and you would open the doors. And
Where is this?
Back in Arkansas.
In Arkansas.
And you would open the doors, and it was a full bar with all glass mirrors all the way around it. And the bar top was half glass or half mirror. So it was definitely like...
They designed with you in mind.
Right. It was their den for sure. It was the coke den of the huge house. And I just remember waking up finally after like a few days, and there was probably like 4 empty Crown Royal. I was on a Crown Royal kick, and it was like 4 empty Crown Royal bottles over like 2 or 3 days. Just
you?
Me and like me and like 3 or 4 friends.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was basically just me and my one friend doing the whiskey.
Yeah.
We were the winners. We won.
Oh. How long did it take you to recover from that?
Well, then you just keep drinking. I still haven't recovered.
Yeah, exactly.
What do
Yeah,
you mean recovered?
Yeah, exactly.
No, shortly after that, I got my. That would have been my. Yeah, shortly after that, I got my second DWI.
DWI is driving
While intoxicated.
Okay, so it's below a DUI, right?
No, that's the same thing. Can we look at is DWI the same thing as it? So DUI is driving under the influence.
DUID is driving under the influence.
So
of
in
drugs.
Arkansas, I remember DWI was the bad one, and DUI meant you were just like high on something. DUI and DWI are both terms for driving a vehicle while impaired by drugs or alcohol. The main difference is that some states use the term DUI while others use the DWI. Yeah, so same thing. But either way, not fun. Very expensive, and I don't recommend doing it.
Oh, have you gotten the hat trick?
Yeah, I've had 3.
Good.
Yeah, I wasn't going to go out with just 2.
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
Yeah, no, I'm an overachiever.
Yeah, why stop now?
Yeah. And they were all before I was 21.
There you go. Were they all in Arkansas?
Oh, yeah. Same town. All in the same town. And to this, and actually,
all in the same night, actually.
no, that would be crazy. That'd be nuts.
They let you go, and you immediately start pounding liquor
like,
and take
"Dude,
on.
You're back so soon. Dude, by the way, I did used to get arrested so often at that time that sometimes I would get in there and they'd be like, welcome back.
Yeah.
Like, they like knew me at a certain point. Like, and I'm just like, I'm becoming a regular. That's not good.
And look at you now.
Yeah, thriving. No, I mean, we're doing it. I'm breathing.
And you are, man. And you're not currently under arrest. I don't think you ever give yourself enough credit for that.
That's right. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not even on probation.
Yeah, look at him go.
Dude, I haven't been arrested since would have been since then, but then in 2017 I got a public intox at a concert, which it's do you count that?
Probably not.
Because
No.
it was just an
Just a ticket, wasn't it?
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I went to jail, but like I was out the next day.
You count it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do count that. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
but it was quick.
I like
And
it.
you know what's
I like it
funny?
how he says it though. I mean I went to jail.
What to jail?
Oh, yeah,
Is it that bad? No, but they were very polite. It was nice
Yeah.
because I wasn't causing any trouble.
Right.
And the annoying thing is I was on acid. I wasn't even drinking. But because they didn't.
Did they know that?
No, I was just being weird.
They probably knew.
Yeah, and it was after a Bass Nectar concert too.
What do you mean you were just being weird?
Yeah,
People
like-
don't arrest you for being weird, dude.
Yeah, well, so it's a whole story that I'm actually trying to figure out for the stage. I've told it before on stage, but I just got to punch it up. But so what happened was we were at this concert, we were on acid, and I started freaking out. So like I was like, I need some air. So I walked outside and then I turned around and the sign said no re-entry. So I was like, fuck. So then I just spiraled and I thought I was Jesus. Like I thought I was like the second coming. And so I just start walking around aimlessly because it's a stadium and there's just a huge sidewalk around the whole thing. So in my mind, I'm like, well, I got to tell people, So I see this random black dude clearly waiting to do Uber, I guess. And I walked up to him because I'm in my head, I'm like, this black people love Jesus. I'm gonna tell I'm gonna tell him. And so I walked up to him.
The logic there is incredible. I know who wants to hear this.
Yeah. So I walk up to him with my arms open and I went to hug him and he punched me in the face. He literally just socked me right in the mouth. And I was like, what the fuck, man? Is this how you want to treat Jesus?
Yeah, exactly.
But no, I was like, what the fuck? And he goes, why are you walking up on me? And I just was so discombobulated and confused. So
Yeah.
I'm just kept it moving, And so like
roll over, stand up, keep walking.
yeah, just turn the other cheek, you
Yeah,
know?
exactly.
So
That's what Jesus would do. Be fucked up beyond relief.
And remember, the cops didn't know.
Yeah, exactly.
They couldn't tell.
Yeah.
so I just keep it moving, you know? And as I'm walking, I think to myself, you know, Jesus doesn't need an ID or anything. So like I took my wallet and I just threw it in a bush. Like I just like threw my wallet. And by the way, this is a good thing I did because it had a 10 strip of acid in there. So like it's a good thing I got rid of it because I would have gotten like felony charges over that. And so then I pulled
That seems like an act of God somehow.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so then I pulled out, I had my phone and my ex-wife's phone. And for some reason, I'm like, I don't need a phone anymore. And I threw both of our phones away. Just like. So then I'm like, you know, in my head, I'm like, who should I tell next? And at this point, I'm starting to really not know what's going on. And I like see a group. This is foggy, flashing. Right now is where my memory goes into just like flashes of what's happening. And I remember walking.
So you have
up,
you're experiencing like an acid blackout.
yeah, it was like I was out of my mind, like completely gone. And I sort of remember walking up to a group of like 5 state troopers, and just being like, "These guys, you know who should know now? The authorities. Let's get this on the news. Jesus is back." And so like I walk up to these cops. I don't know what I said. In my joke, I say, "What's up, fellas? You guys want to go to heaven?" But I don't know what I genuinely said. But I must have been being weird and incoherent because the next thing I know, like the other memory I have, I'm in the back seat of the cop car, like just flopping around, like spinning around in the seat.
Yeah.
And then I remember like sort of seeing a bunch of lights, and it was us going into the garage of the jail. And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, is this like, what the, like, I just didn't understand what was happening. And then I thought that I thought it was all a joke at one point. Like I thought I could hear my friends laughing in the other room. Like I thought it was all just a big joke and they were taking me to an after party or something. And like, and dude, so we're in the booking and the guy goes, I heard this voice in my head that was like, "You don't have to answer questions." Cause like I'm Jesus or whatever. Like I'm above the law. And so I don't give him my name. He's like, "I need your name." And I like wouldn't tell him because I didn't have my wallet. And he's like, "All right." And so they take me and they put me in like the drunk tank. And while I'm in there, I just go through a crazy roller coaster of like, is this real? There's like some dude next to me screaming the N-word. Like, it was like nuts. And then like
Turns out it was a mirror.
yeah. No, and then at one point I thought that I was gonna be the host of SNL. And like I thought that the wall was gonna fall, and I was just well, here's your host. and so then the whole night goes, and then around like the sun starts coming up, I start realizing, oh fuck, like you're in jail. So like, so this lady.
Then reality sets in.
Yeah, and then I realized that it wasn't a joke. You're not on SNL. This is a big deal. And this very nice female jail attendant, what are they called? A guard? Yeah, but there's a name for them. Corrections officer or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Comes and knocks on the window, and I'm like, "Hey, has my ex-wife, or at the time was like, has my wife called to like post my bail?" And she's like, "Oh, honey, they don't even know your name." And I was like, "What?" And she's like, "Yeah, they said you wouldn't. They said you kept saying that I don't answer questions." And I was like, "Well, my name's Mason Smith. Please go send the good word." Like,
exactly. Get me out of here.
and so, like, dude, hours go by. I mean, hours. I was in there almost all day. And she comes back and she's like, "All right, your wife posted your bail. You can go," or whatever. And then that takes another like hour.
Yeah.
And I ended up, I had to get a cab back to the hotel. and tell the wife that yeah, no cell phones, no wallet. Sorry, it was bad.
Not a great trip for you, huh?
No, dude. Oh, and then so I got a ticket. I got a public intox, and then when we moved back to Boston shortly after that, I just never went to court for it. So like I might have like a warrant in Birmingham, Alabama.
What a poetic ending.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm divorced now. So
That's the cherry on top. Turns out,
what is this though?
turns out women don't like it when you do that.
Yeah,
When
turns
they're-
out throwing her brand new galaxy into the fucking bush. A belief that you are a messiah or prophet is called a messiah complex. It can also be called a savior complex or white knight syndrome.
I thought you were Jesus.
Yeah, well, I think it had
Here's
to do
my
with
thing though: is
with
like,
the acid.
is this diagnosis like, say, like a second coming comes? Is someone just going to diagnose him as this?
They'll be like, "No, you're full of shit, dude."
Yeah, exactly. So one person is probably going to be right.
Dude, hey, for all we know, man, he's already came and went, and we didn't believe him.
Yeah.
We put him in a fucking institution, and then and he's in there like, guys, you don't understand. Seriously.
What if it was like
I'm gonna tell my dad.
what if it was someone with like manic thoughts that like just had to believe in themselves enough?
Dude,
Or thought you're just
For
like
real,
I
I
want to
mean-
like I bet I could change the world, and then it's like no, I'm crazy. I'm
Yeah,
crazy.
and then and then they just get old and they never did shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we might have already had him.
Yeah. Could be each and every one of us.
Yeah. And,
Like,
none of us act on it.
Yeah.
We're like, nah, I'm just gonna keep being selfish.
It was Mason that night. It's
Yeah. And
in jail.
I got punched in the face and got arrested.
It would be an interesting social experience if everyone was allowed to believe for like a week that they were the second coming of Christ.
Well, here's the thing.
How great would the world be for that week?
It depends. Do they actually have the magical powers?
No.
Oh, then it'll just be
It's
like
just behavioral.
Oh, so you're like washing people's feet,
Yeah, I mean just like intense compassion and
being just nice.
yeah. Yeah. And not selfish, yeah.
Yeah.
He also has experience with that. It's called Molly.
Yeah, exactly. That would be that's an interesting social experiment too. A week where everyone's on Molly.
Yeah, everybody would just be rubbing each other's shoulders.
Yeah, exactly.
Now you rub me.
Exactly. We'll rub each other.
Dude,
Yeah.
you just see like a what's that where they sewed the people's mouths to the other
Yeah.
be a human centipede of massaging people's shoulders. I guess a Congo line would have been less gross.
Yeah, you could have done that
Yeah.
as an analogy.
Not a face getting sewn to an asshole.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen that?
Yeah, I watched the first one and it's one of the things in my life that I truly regret.
Yeah, I've never seen it.
I was like, I watched the whole movie and I'm like, I'm gonna have to live with that imagery now forever.
Is it pretty graphic?
Yeah.
I want to see like a scene. I mean, but maybe it's not. Maybe don't put it in post.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
what's-
they
what's-
just like they try to make it as realistic as possible, where this weird doctor kidnaps these people and just does it.
Is he being sanitary too? Like,
Oh my god.
what? Is it bad?
It's loading. Hold on.
Oh,
Don't play the scene. Dude.
well, he won't. We'll see it, but
Yeah.
but it won't.
I'll put it up just on TV, not in video.
Yeah.
Is there like a famous? I'm looking at the end. Should I look at the end or should I go to the beginning?
I want to see the
Uh,
final product of them sewn
Oh,
together.
but they made like sequels where it was like someone took like an entire mining camp and made like a 300 person one or something. And then-
Jesus
yeah.
Christ. And so is the idea that they're pooping into each other?
Yeah, I mean, basically the sick concept from the guy is that like, yeah, you just feed one and then
And then
he feeds the next one.
it's
yeah.
like a closed loop system.
yeah.
Ugh.
But then the ones in the back, or the one in the back in the original, just like starts dying of malnutrition and
He was getting he was
yeah,
getting
you're eating double filtered poop. Yeah, so
Oh. but this is sewn, right?
Yeah, it's like sewn here and here.
In between the butt cheeks.
Yeah.
Not working.
So many ads.
I thought you were gonna say so many viruses.
Dude, I don't want to think about this anymore. Don't make me.
What do you think's worse, Human Centipede or Brokeback Mountain?
I would guess Human Centipede for sure. I've never seen Brokeback Mountain, but I bet it's actually a good movie.
So I've never seen it, but I have looked up the scene because everyone makes fun of it, and it's legitimately like he just raw dogs Jake Gyllenhaal in a tent. So someone said the other day that he goes like, but I don't remember that part. maybe I didn't watch it close enough.
Dude, if I know you, you watched it close enough.
No. Is Brokeback Mountain's probably the most iconic like of the gay movies, right? Wouldn't you say?
Yeah, that's the only one that comes immediately to mind.
The movie about Woodstock, that was made by the same director, I think. That one had like really weird gay, subtle gay stuff.
Call Me by Your Name. Have you ever seen that?
I don't know that one.
Brokeback Mountain. That one's Brokeback.
That's
Mountain.
number one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because it was like the first one too.
it was a game.
Brokeback
changer.
Mountain. It was like it changed everything.
I think so too.
First mainstream.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, there was definitely gay porn already. Didn't Sylvester Stallone, the Italian stallion, didn't he do a gay porn, or was it just a regular porn?
I think it was just regular.
You know, he's actually not. I don't think he's tall. I think it's all an
he's not.
illusion.
No, he's not tall.
Yeah, he's like Tom Cruise.
5'10".
Yeah.
Oh, I mean that's above average.
Yeah, he's like reasonably.
Yeah, I'm like 5'9".
Yeah.
How tall are you?
6'3".
Nice. The old
Shade over.
Aryan
Yeah,
Aryan
like 6'2"
dream
and a
race.
half. But then whenever I wear shoes, 6'3". So.
Nice. Look at Bill's getting his own Human Centipede going.
Exactly. Why wait, brother?
Ew. So how are you liking Austin?
You know what? I have warmed up to it faster than I have anywhere else I've lived. Probably.
For real?
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. But maybe it's just growing up and knowing how to do it now. You know
Because
what I'm
this
saying?
is your which number different city is this for you? 4, right?
Yeah.
Nice. This is my 3rd.
Yeah. So it's like at a certain point you realize, okay, if I go somewhere and I'm not putting myself out there and I'm not doing the things to make my life, like create a life for myself there, it's just your fault.
So would you say that you didn't do that in New York? Was it like a little too overwhelming, you think?
I did do that in New York, but it's a lot. So it's like, it felt like a slower build up. And like when I moved to New York, I changed pretty much everything about my life. So
Like, because you got out of the Air Force.
yeah.
And that was your first time being out of the Air Force
Yeah.
was when you moved to New York?
Yeah.
How long were you there for, though?
New York?
Yeah.
2 years.
Oh, so you, like, tried it. You genuinely tried to make it work.
Yeah. And I got like a good idea of what the landscape is like there. You know, it's like
Now, do you mean in comedy or in life?
just in general. Like
Yeah,
I think I
gotcha.
got a good sense of New York.
You didn't like it?
No, it's not that. I just don't think it was the right place for me at this time of my life.
Gotcha.
And I didn't want to. Could I have stayed there and slugged it out for longer? Of course, but I didn't really want
Didn't
to.
really care to, yeah.
Yeah, when I could just do the same thing down here, and you know, it feels like my life is a little bit more balanced here, which is nice.
It's less busy,
Yeah, and like
less
all
stressful.
yeah, and the spots that I'm doing in comedy are a little bit later, so like
Here.
yeah, so like I would finish work in New York and literally run, like be sprinting out the door to catch the subway to go do mics, and then do a bunch of mics, and then like catch the subway back to my place and then work and then go to sleep. And like now I can just work until like 5 or 6 or whatever, then just go do
Right.
a show or something.
Now, but you work from home, right?
Yeah.
That's nice. Do you like working from home, or do you prefer to get up and go somewhere?
I think working from home, like I wouldn't trade the benefits that you get from that.
Right.
But It's definitely
jerking off whenever you want, taking a shit in your own bathroom.
Yeah, the conveniences.
Yeah, right.
But it's also, I don't think it's probably worse for your mental health in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
'Cause you're
I
just
don't think I
going,
would
you're
get
just sitting at
anything.
your house going crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, at least it's not the pandemic times.
Yeah, I mean, I lost my fucking mind over the pandemic. So
Really?
yeah, and it's also like the isolation breeds like depression too,
Mm-hmm.
and it was just like, yeah,
You were still in Boston, though,
Yeah,
during
yeah.
the pandemic.
yeah.
Uh,
I did a really poor job there of setting myself up with like some sort of life, but I was also like, cards were a little bit stacked against me with the pandemic.
Yeah. But you were still in the Air Force, though.
Yeah.
Because I thought that when you were in the Air Force in Boston, didn't you go somewhere for work? Or were you still working?
Yeah, it was in Lexington, which is north of Boston.
Okay,
for,
gotcha.
For all the listeners that aren't familiar with the area.
Yeah, well, most people that listen are from Boston because I'm from Boston.
As you all know.
Yeah, everybody knows that.
Yeah.
And I was a welder for
11 years.
11 years. That's right. Do you when you lived in New York, you didn't have a car, huh?
Uh-uh.
So did you move here and buy one?
Yeah, I had my dad help find me one in Colorado.
Cool.
Went there, bought it, drove it down.
Do you ever miss home, like Colorado?
I like Colorado, but it doesn't seem, I don't know. It doesn't seem like to appeal to me still.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I love going home and like seeing people and friends and family and stuff, but I'm always like ready to go.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, I think this has been enough.
Yeah, I wonder if it'll ever change for me where I'm like, like maybe it's time to, like, there's enough going on in that state now where I would like to go back and live there. But
Right.
for the most part, I'm like, it's just.
Yeah, not for There's no. Yeah,
feels a
nothing
little
there.
stale, maybe socially for me.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I always say if I'm ever like in a position where like it doesn't matter where I live, I would love to live in Fayetteville, Arkansas.
Yeah.
Yeah, love that city. It's beautiful, but there's no real comedy club there. There's comedy, obviously. Like with any
Wherever
city.
you go, there's comedy, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But if I ever did have the means, it would be cool to open a club there.
Wouldn't it?
That'd be pretty neat. We have a Looney Bin, but it's in Little Rock, and it's old. Look up the Looney Bin Little Rock or Little Rock Looney Bin.
What's the population of Fayetteville?
I think like 100,000 or so.
Yeah.
Maybe more. You look that up too, please, Casey. I bet it's over 100,000. Yeah, Looney Bin. Nice. So there's 3 of these. There's there's one in Tulsa, and then I think there's one in Kansas City or something, and then there's the Little Rock one. 203,000. Oh no, that's Little Rock. What's Fayetteville's? 100. Yeah, see, not that much. 100,000. Which I think Quincy had 100,000,
Yeah.
and that's just right there, basically Boston.
Yeah, that's just
That's a suburb. But so they're
that's just all migrant workers.
yeah, that's all the Orientals, dude. So so you know how like clubs have the pictures of comics on the wall.
Mm-hmm.
They're like they're like one that you can tell they're most proud of. They have like Jerry Seinfeld was there in like the late 90s, and he's like at the top. Yeah, well, let's see who they got coming. I know who Justin Whitehead is. Still don't know. I knew one name. I feel like Little Rock should have more comedy. It's a city. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, they got an Air Force base.
And also, this is a really cool club. Like, I know I'm joking, but the room itself has, like, a really cool seating. Is there any pictures of inside the club?
Oh, here we go. We got more people here. Hold on. They finished loading.
Oh.
Look at that. We got Cody Woods. I've heard of Trix.
I think
Trix-
I've heard of Team Murph before.
Trix won the Boston Comedy Festival.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, I think it was last year.
Oh, nice. So they do local showcases,
Uncle
too.
Laser,
Oh.
dude.
Oh, what?
There he is.
Oh, I got to see if he'll let me come open for him. That's April 20th?
Yep.
Oh, I'm fucking texting him. I went with him. Oh, Rocky Del Davis. He fucking rips, dude. Dude, he's from here. He's funny.
He's from Arkansas, isn't he?
Rocky Del Davis?
Yeah.
I don't think, no. I think he's from here.
He's a seller guy, I believe. Yeah.
Now he is, yeah. Yeah. So, but dude, he's funny, dude. I went and featured for Uncle Laser in Fayetteville. And then in Bricktown in Oklahoma City.
Are people enjoying those shows?
Oh, dude, they love him.
Yeah.
Yeah, they love, dude. When we were in Oklahoma City, we were walking from the hotel to the club, and people were like, I would just hear people would drive by and be like, "Laser," like, and then by the club, there's this big parking garage, and people were shouting like, "Laser!" Like, I'm like, God damn, dude, these people like they're here for it, and the crowds are great
I gotta
too.
give myself a moniker. That's what I gotta do, dude.
Dude, it was fun though. The crowds were great. He sold so many tickets in Fayetteville, they were turning people away.
The South,
awesome.
the South and the Midwest are kind of crazy like that, where it's like you strike a chord with people,
Yeah.
you just work that circuit, and people just come out.
Well, dude,
I think it was like, was it Louis who told Jeff Foxworthy to drop the accent when they were both in New York, and Jeff's like, I don't know, I think I'm gonna keep it.
Really?
And
Oh, that's
he's
funny.
like, he was like, that's the worst advice I ever got from
Yeah.
and yeah,
Hey, I think you should lose the accent.
yeah, exactly,
I don't know.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Larry, so I heard a story, conflicting advice from George Carlin and Louis C.K. Oh, of course, Jeff. I heard a story that some comic brought their friend to the green room he was opening for Larry the Cable Guy. I mean, he's really getting in there. Bill.
Good Lord,
That's enough,
brother.
dude. Good God. I mean, he's just literally giving himself a fucking nope. I didn't mean get up. Hey, go sit down. Go back to licking your ass, I guess. Jesus. But he brought his friend to the green room of Larry the Cable Guy.
Yeah.
And Larry came in and I guess was like, because his name is like Dave Whitney or something.
Mm-hmm.
And he was just talking regular. And the dude's friend was like, that's not a comic, was like, hey, how come when you're on stage you talk like you're yourself, but then back here you're not talking right?
Yeah, exactly.
And he's like, who the fuck is this guy? What?
The fuck is this?
Why do you talk different?
That's the best. The Greg Giraldo roast of Larry the Cable Guy.
Dude, that's an old one. I don't think I've seen that one.
It's so great. Greg Giraldo just like he's one of the best roasters of all time.
Right.
And then he just like breaks down because he's like, why the fuck are you so popular?
Oh, really? And that was the roast, is him being like, I don't fucking understand.
Yeah, exactly.
It's nuts.
Just kind of losing it. Yeah.
That's funny. Hey, don't lick the mixer. You're gonna make it smell like your ass. Get out of here. So you think you live alone, right?
Yeah.
Do you think maybe you would get a dog?
Probably not. I don't
No.
need I would love one, but it doesn't make
Just not
sense
right now.
responsibility wise. Yeah.
Yeah, when I got here, I was like just so sad not having Dez anymore.
Right.
And I was like, once you have a dog, I don't think you can ever not have one.
Yeah.
Like,
It becomes tough.
I don't think for the rest of my life I'll ever not have a dog. I genuinely think that.
Yeah.
I'll always have a dog. And I mean, if I'm ever like doing like much better than I am now financially, I'll have 2 dogs.
Yeah, exactly, dude.
It's like, what do you want to do when you have buddy? Have 2 dogs.
I just love the level of wealth that you're imagining. I'm talking, dude, if I ever have an extra $1,000 a month,
I'm getting another dog.
yeah, exactly.
I'll tell you what's also easy. You could be a cat guy.
I don't mind cats.
I
had a
love
lot,
cats.
Yeah, I had a lot growing up.
Go away. He licked me with his.
I
ass
also
hand.
like, I don't know, man. Not having one and being able to get by with cat or dog, and then not having to deal with the hair everywhere is kind of nice.
Well, dude, he honestly is not that bad. And then
No,
I
he doesn't
just,
seem
I
like
just
he would be.
re-upped on my lint roller. I got a lint roller over there.
Yep.
He's not too. He's actually not that bad, unless you have like black on.
Right.
Then you'll have hair all over you.
Yeah.
But I think the main annoying thing about him is the fleas. Like I've been doing
He's got fleas.
not like has fleas, but like occasionally has like one or two. Bill, one or two just on his belly that I have to pick off and like throw outside or mush. You know,
You have to
And-
cut their heads off, right? Or-
you have to smash the shit out of them. Those fuckers are hard to kill.
yeah.
But anyways, I just tried a new remedy that I think's gonna work. I just got him like this spray stuff, cause he's on Frontline and shit,
Yeah.
but they only die. That's the thing about Frontline. They only die if they bite him.
Hmm.
So it's kind of like, well, what's the point?
What are they? They just hang out. They're just
They're just crawling on him,
just loitering on his body.
just loitering on his pecker. I need to get a tattoo on it by his dick that says no loitering,
Right.
no fleas allowed. I like to call him Tommy Flea Roth, or wait, David Flea Roth.
There it is.
Yeah. Tommy Flea Jones. I got a whole bunch of them. This is a new
you
one.
get it. It just has to rhyme with flea.
Yeah, this is a new one I thought of.
Or the Red Hot Chili Peppers guy.
No, dude.
Flea.
Yeah, dude, Guy Fieri.
All right.
That one's pretty good. I like that one.
one's not bad.
Man, we shouldn't have stopped him from giving himself his ass licking, his rim job,
Yeah. He's
because now he's gonna be annoying.
Yeah. Now he's eternally dissatisfied.
So where's your what would you say is like well, that'd be a little exclude. Which club do you like to frequent the most, you think?
Probably East Austin.
East Austin. I
Yeah.
got to go over there more.
Yeah.
I always forget.
Those dudes have been good to me.
Yeah. Nice. So it is a cool room too.
Yeah, and it feels like the most
Local.
New York club style.
See,
room.
I think Black Rabbit feels very New Yorky.
Yeah, but that still feels like a like it's all chairs in a row kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why is that? Is that not what New York's like?
No, I mean New York is like it feels like a little bit more spread out. You know, it's usually a center stage.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I really like Roscoe's room.
It's a little strange. I haven't worked
I like
there.
the couches. Have you ever been to Roscoe's? So it's like it's very relaxed and like there's like couches in the front row, and like candles and tables next to the couches. I really like it. It's like you're doing comedy in your living room.
Something you've never experienced.
Yeah, it's like we're just sitting there.
Yeah, exactly.
No, Roscoe's is cool. I mean everywhere here is pretty neat. I fucking love Vulcan. I like
Yeah.
doing comedy in Vulcan.
Yeah, I mean, if they get I don't know, some of those early crowds early in the show, it's like the people don't seem to know what's going on.
At Vulcan?
Yeah.
It's
know?
kind of like you're in the Thunderdome.
Yeah, it's kind of strange. Like
Yeah.
they don't know when a joke is hitting or when it's coming. They're
So
like,
I've noticed it kind of varies from like, if there's 10 people in Vulcan, it's gonna be tough. But if there's like, if you fill that pit, like all the low tables at least, it's good.
Mhm.
But I'm sure you've noticed this. Smaller crowds tend to be weird anyways, because no
Yeah.
one wants to be the person that's like laughing. It seems like.
yeah, that's a tough thing. Is if it's good, and like it's mostly quiet, then someone laughs, and then they feel awkward laughing.
Exactly. No one wants to be the guy that laughs.
Yeah.
And then you have on the other hand, you got the one guy that goes, ah, like at everything.
Yeah.
And you're like, thanks, but it's just a premise.
The
Yeah.
audience is like more focused on that guy instead of the jokes.
Right,
Yeah.
right. And then it's
Anything
annoying.
can throw off the energy.
Jesus, Bill. He really wanted to be on that side of the room.
He made it.
Yeah, that shit. That'll throw. You know, I also don't like when you have a friend or another comic in the room that's overly laughing. It's like, dude, you've heard this before.
Oh,
I
any. It's kind of weird. Excuse me. That like the human mind can detect fake laughter.
Yeah,
It's just like, and it's cringy.
yeah,
No, yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
You're like, dude, calm down.
Cut the shit.
You've
dude.
heard.
Yeah.
You're my friend.
Yeah.
You're making this worse.
But maybe he's just trying to cultivate.
He's like, no,
Yeah.
it'll catch on. Trust me, laughter's contagious. It's like not when you sound like a psycho,
Yeah.
not when you sound like an evil fucking villain.
Yeah. The Joker.
Did you like Joker 2?
I didn't watch it.
Me neither.
My brother said he went to it in theaters and it was one of the worst movies he's ever seen.
I've heard everyone I've talked to says that.
Yeah.
I watched Gladiator 2 the other night.
Yeah.
I liked it all the way till like almost the end.
Yeah, it was like
It
kind of cool.
Kind of petered out at the end.
Yeah, it just kind of felt forced to me.
You know what? You know what I did.
They're like, oh, it's Maximus's thong that he's wearing, and I was like, okay,
Right.
yeah.
I'll tell you what I thought was funny about it is Denzel is in it and he's just doing Denzel.
Yeah, exactly.
There's no accent, zero accent. He's literally doing Training Day in Gladiator 2.
Yeah,
Same character,
yeah,
same mannerism. Nothing's different.
yeah.
That's all. What, you disagree?
Oh my god.
He didn't have an accent. Did you like Gladiator
I
2?
liked it. It was fine.
Yeah,
I didn't love it.
yeah.
And by the way,
It was entertaining. It was just like
I
you
agree.
could tell they spent a lot of money on the action scenes.
I'm
and
gonna
shit like that.
rewatch it because it's free on Peacock, and I'm gonna give it another go. I might snort some ketamine and watch it.
That's how you really get a feel for something.
Yeah, just turn that ceiling fan on high, and then I'm gonna get a water bottle though for the scene where they're in the boats. It's like get splashed on.
4D experience.
Yeah, more people should.
Sound, audio,
You can watch you can watch the fucking sea battle scene and
Yeah,
in a K-hole in a water bottle. And you
Oh,
got
it'd be
yourself
awesome. just I think that I'm getting sprayed, but I'm just dumping a water bottle on my head. Dude, I want to go to the Sphere.
Yeah, I hear it's cool.
I want to see Tool in the Sphere.
Ooh, did they do a residency?
No, but I think. Wait, have they done it? No, I don't think so. But dude, imagine seeing Tool in the Sphere. That'd be fucking wild. I've lost my mind to them just in a fucking arena.
Yeah.
Dude, when I saw them in Dallas, I was like, "This is crazy, dude."
What were you on?
Just mushrooms.
Yeah.
I don't take acid anymore.
Yeah, I don't.
It lasts too fucking long. Kenny Chesney? Why the fuck is he at the Sphere?
Because he can sell tickets.
Yeah.
Eagles.
Dead and Company. I have some friends that went to Dead and Co. I think U2 was the first one, right? Yeah. It is sick though, dude. Probably any show would be cool, even if you don't like the band.
Something like Tame Impala or like M83 would be awesome. Yeah.
I don't think they could sell enough tickets for it. How many does it seat? Imagine seeing a comedy show there, and the dude's face that's what's on the Sphere.
It's Bert Kreischer.
Yeah, he'd be the first one. 18,000.
18,600.
Wow.
Yeah, either of those bands.
But
could
it
sell
can
that.
it can accommodate 20,000. Dude, Bass Nectar would be sick to see there. That'd be wild.
Yeah, it has to be a band with like enormous commercial appeal.
I think that any of those bands, if you have a residency there, it's a destination regardless of if you're a fan of the music or not.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's true.
yeah, whatever's
But I
going
also
on.
think they try to get people in there that are gonna make their jobs easy, right?
And then I think they also do like artsy fartsy stuff, like where you just go and they just play art.
You just go and they just lose money.
Yeah, they just like shows that who?
Darren Aronofsky.
I don't know.
He did like Requiem for a Dream.
Oh, cool. And what he does?
I
an
know
art
his wife.
piece? Huh?
I know his wife.
Are you being serious?
Yeah.
Why do you know her?
I
He paid you to fuck her and he watched.
No. I work with her.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
So that's super random.
Yeah.
Postcard from Earth. Darren Aronofsky. For the Sphere Live. Let's see. Can we see images from it?
It's kind of like a Planet Earth style.
Oh, cool. Oh, the jellyfish thing is sick. So when you're watching something at the Sphere, do they play it on the outside too? Like the same thing?
No.
Oh, so you're not getting a.
Outside of the sphere?
Yeah, that down on the left, it does look like there's some imagery on the outside.
They have stuff up there,
But it's not what you're
Oh,
seeing
yeah.
inside.
Right.
I like I've seen one that's like an eyeball, and then there's one of the Earth, which is cool. Dude, Planet Earth is an awesome show.
Yeah,
That's a
it's
good
great.
that's a good show to watch or to be on psychedelics for. But what are we at on time?
54.
Oh, nice.
52.
Fuck yeah.
How long do you usually do?
Hour.
Look at that, cooking along here.
Yeah, hell yeah. What's your since you've been here, what's been your favorite place to frequent for food? If you are you a food truck guy or do you like a restaurant?
I typically like a restaurant, but a lot of the better food in this town is served out of food trucks.
It's weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was frustrating when I first got here because it was like 95 to 100 degrees out. And I was like, well, I want
I
to
was
go
gonna
somewhere and eat.
Ugh.
No, I don't want to sit outside
Yeah.
and eat something warm.
No.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
Yeah.
So that my biggest complaint, one of my biggest I got a lot of complaints about Austin. But my biggest one is how hot it is here and how long it lasts. Cuz even at nighttime,
People are saying, yeah, during like July and August, plan a trip to get out of here.
dude, wait. Oh yeah, you haven't been.
I got to hear September. September was still pretty extreme
No,
hot.
buddy.
But
August.
the first time I visited here was July.
Yeah,
So,
that's brutal. So you felt it.
yeah.
So this past summer,
And it's insane.
it's nuts. I fucking hate it, dude.
Yeah.
This past summer though, it only was above 100 maybe for like 7 or 8 days. It was 107.
Less, I think.
Yeah, and to be honest, I was like relieved. But that doesn't mean
That's the tough thing is even like in September, yeah, it's like
95 is still hot.
yeah, but it's also it's 95 at 11 o'clock at night.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Still hot.
Yeah.
You get no relief, dude.
Yeah.
Because that's one of the things that I miss and love about Boston, and I lived right on the water too. So even if it was like 98 during the day, at nighttime it might be like 70.
Yeah, it's nice. Like Colorado cools off fierce.
Yeah,
It's like you could be at a 100-degree day or 85 degree,
it gets that like that.
and it'll get like 50 degrees at night. It's
That
because it's like a
drastic.
high desert.
Right, right. Colorado's beautiful.
Yeah, it's a good
They
spot,
have great fucking weed there.
brother.
They really do, and it's cheap.
Yeah,
Some of the best weed I've ever had.
They were pioneers,
Yeah, some of the best weed I've ever had was in Denver and Seattle.
Do you like a Dusty Slay's bit on weed?
I love Dusty Slay, so
Yeah,
I'm
where
sure.
He just
Dude-
talks
dude,
about it. He's
working
like,
man.
where he's like, he's getting too strong now. They're like, do you want an indica or sativa? He's like, do you have any that was so weak that you were gonna throw it out?
That's more what I like.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, I actually just rewatched his special the other day.
I've watched it like 3 or 4 times too.
He's so good.
yeah,
It's insane.
yeah, and
He
it's
should
very
be bigger.
it's very casual too.
Dude,
That's the thing is you're like he should be bigger. He's doing theaters, man. He's doing
True,
fine.
true.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
right.
Yeah,
That's right.
Yeah,
Yeah, but I mean, dude, he could host SNL,
yeah,
100%.
yeah.
Do you ever listen to his, do you listen to pods at all or not really?
Not really.
Well, he's on Nate Bargatze's podcast.
A lot, or
Yeah, he's one of the co-hosts. Him and Aaron Weber.
oh, okay.
You know who Aaron Weber is? He's
Uh-uh.
very funny too. He's also he lives in Nashville. Clean comic, dude. Yeah, that guy. He's great. I've met him. He came through Vulcan, or not? He didn't like do a weekend
Dude.
or anything, but he was there.
So all the top dogs in Nashville are clean. That's kind of
Yeah, but it's crazy, dude. When I first saw Nate Bargatze's special Tennessee Kid when it first came out, I was probably like 30 minutes in. Bill, You're being annoying. I was probably 30 minutes in before I realized, oh shit, he's clean.
Yeah.
He hasn't said one cuss word.
Yeah.
Did you watch his second SNL?
Yes.
That was good.
Pretty solid.
Yeah, it was
I
funny.
still haven't watched Dave's,
I watched it. It's a long monologue.
but I hear it's great.
Oh yeah, it is.
Yeah.
But it's long. It's like I think they gave him extra time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because
They're like, you want the light at 8? He's like, I want to run the light.
he's like, I don't need no light.
Yeah.
That was a bad impression.
Yeah.
Wait,
Why
try
does he sound like an old Southern guy?
let me try.
I don't need no light.
All I need is a cigarette and a stage. It does sound like an old. You try.
Dude, I'd have to watch Soder's impression of him.
That's
and
what
just
I
do
was
it.
trying to
I'm
think
trying
of.
to
I
think.
was trying to think of Soder when he called in on Skanks
Yeah.
and was like, Lois the Peach. Oh, damn. Well, Sevrin, where can people find you at?
Just probably go to my Instagram at Sevrin Remmo. Gonna keep putting out videos here, and
Are you doing sketches while you're here too?
yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
Hell yeah. I
Yeah.
always liked your Civil War sketch. The one you
Hey,
did
man.
with Vickers.
Hey man, some of the best sketches I've done, man, they just never get any love. So
That I shared a ton of them.
yeah, you did.
That one was funny, dude. I
Yeah.
really liked that one.
Yeah. Well, it was funny. Yeah, we spent money in rented costumes and shit. It gets like 2,000 plays. I do a talking head. It gets like 1,500. I'm like,
Yeah.
all right, well,
I
ROI wise,
I guess I'll go fuck myself.
yeah, exactly.
Dude, I had a clip go like I don't know what is viral only 1 million or like
That thing went viral.
I had we had one that was like over 800,000 and I think it's because it has Trump in the thumbnail, but also it is very funny. My buddy did Trump in German, like he's German and he like did an impression of Trump but in German, and
yeah.
it like just
Yeah,
yeah, and I'm like, and I'm just sitting here, and I'm just like
yeah.
and I'm still getting followers from it. It's like, yeah, follow the guy that just is sitting there laughing like an asshole.
Yeah, I like this guy. I'm gonna see
Yeah.
what else he's got in the future.
All right. Well, Casey, thank you, buddy. Guys, please go like, comment, and subscribe to the YouTube channel, The High Noon Podcast, and check out my other podcast, Drooling Banjos. New episodes of High Noon come out every Monday, and thank you for listening. Thank you, Sevrin.
Thank you.
Casey. Bill, keep licking that ass.
Absolutely, Bill.
You freak.